Hi everybody, welcome. It's nice to have you today. My name is Eva Samla and I want to give you an informative speech on how you can save money on your energy costs. Now I just want to begin by telling you that right now, as you know, we are going through tough economic times. And I'm sure anybody just like myself, you want to do anything you can to try to save a little bit of money. So with our high costs, especially with summer coming on, the energy bills do get higher. So just by a raise of hands, how many are you actually paying energy bills right now? Okay, great. So I just want to go ahead and tell you the breakdown of how much you are paying when you do pay your FPL bill. So to begin with, water heating accounts for 43% of your energy bill. When I talk about water heating, I'm actually talking about heating the clothes in the washer, heating the dishes through the sanitary cycle as well as drying your dishes, and also if you're lucky enough to have a pool in your backyard, also the water heating the pool is a major expense. And let's not forget in the shower and taking baths, all that hot water and steam, it does add up. The next is the small appliances, which are 11.3%. When I talk about small appliances, I'm talking about coffee makers, microwaves, handheld mixers, all these little things, they really do add up. The washing machine in itself, we're already not counting for the hot water you're using. Just the cycle alone is 12.3% of your energy costs monthly. Now the stove, depending if you do 3 to 4 times of cooking a week, your bill is going to be 10.2% coming just from your stove. Space heaters are 9.9%. Really doesn't apply to us in Miami, but maybe to those in the northern climates, they do use space heaters, especially by their beds at night. The refrigerator is 8.6% of your cost for the FPL bill, believe it or not. Because it does run all the time, you got to think of that. And last but not least, we do have the dishwasher. I already spoke before that you do pay separate heating costs to dry the dishes, but just to run the dishwasher alone is 4.7%. Now I'm going to go ahead and begin by talking to you about some appliances, and then later we're going to get into electrical components of saving the money. So to begin with, if you are in the market for a new appliance, I'm not saying that everybody needs to go out and buy a brand new washer right now, but if you are looking for maybe a new washer and dryer set, I do suggest that you look for a special Energy Star sticker that's usually found on the top corner of any appliance. This lets you know that you're going to save a drastic amount of money monthly. Let me explain how this works. The estimated cost of running this washer and dryer is $67 monthly. Now, if it was to have an Energy Star label, the kilowattage that are used go down drastically. This helps you save a lot of money on your washer and dryer costs. I want to also go ahead and tell you that there's a few methods you can use. I'm sure you might, but just for those that might not have thought about it, you can do a lot bigger loads per each load to make sure you save the amount of loads that you're doing per week. So fill up the washer. You can go ahead. There's new high efficiency washer liquids that you can use in cold water that still washes your clothes very nice. That saves a lot of money. Right there you're saving 5% on your energy costs, which is great. Also, let's talk about thermostats. So let's say if you do have a nice thermostat that has a digital display, that's wonderful. If not, later on in the future when you do go and get one, I'm not saying you're going to get one now, a really great tip is to program it. And you can have your air conditioning program on a certain temperature during the day, let's say 79, and this will keep your house nice and cool, and then that way when you get home you program it to go a little bit cooler those hours that you're at home cooking and everybody's home. That way everything's going great, you feel comfortable, but you're also saving money. That's a very good method to do. Now I'm going to talk about these little handy energy strips. These are used, everybody knows about them, they have a bunch of little spaces. You plug in all your different appliances to it, and the good thing about these is that with a flick of a switch, you can turn all these appliances off. No energy is being taken out of it. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about insulation. So now that we saved some energy tips on how you can keep your thermostat set to a certain amount, we need to insulate. Now when I talk about insulate, we need to make sure that all the windows and doors are very tight throughout your house. You need to make that none of the air is escaping because this is a big waste of electricity. Also, in your attic, if you have the air conditioner ducts, you should have them checked about every 5 years to make sure that there's no leakage in the duct system. That way you're not wasting your AC and it's flowing into your attic and out of your house. So just to display that, I wanted to show you down here, I have an image of a house taken, a normal house. This is a regular house during the day. At night here we have an infrared picture. This infrared picture shows you the different temperatures shown which you have the cooler temperatures in bluish and brown, and then you have the colder temperatures in orange and yellow. So let's say right here by the window you see a red mark. That is just showing you how much energy is actually coming out of that window and being wasted. So just with a little bit of tightening up on the windows, buying a sealant, buying some caulking, making sure you put gaskets on the bottom of your doors, you could save tremendous amounts of energy. In respect to insulation as well, they do have special technology right now. It's called a radiant barrier. Now the radiant barrier gets put on the roof of your attic, and this helps to reflect the sun rays and heat from your attic, which eventually would get into your house. Now if you do install a radiant barrier in your house, it's phenomenal. Let me go ahead and tell you. The radiant barrier saves 9 degrees of different temperature opposed to not having the radiant barrier. So you will feel so much hotter without it that you would raise down your AC, raise up your energy costs. So just buying one radiant barrier will take care of the whole entire house, and it's fabulous. On top of another little idea that you can do is if you have any extra white paint hanging around the house, you can paint your roof white, make sure it's exterior paint, and that paint will reflect a lot of the heat away from your house, keeping away all the hot and all the terrible air that you really don't want in your house. So here again we have the CSF bulbs, very important for you to get. They are a little bit more expensive, but the savings are phenomenal throughout the year. I'm going to touch upon one more subject that has to do with lighting in your house. It's solar energy. Now, all day long here in Miami we have very hot weather. The sun is always out. So these nice little handy solar bulbs can be put outside along your walkway or by your door, and all they do is absorb the sun's energy throughout the day. They're not on. As soon as the sun goes down and it's dark at night, these bulbs radiate a beautiful light, and you're saving money on energy costs. So not only are you getting renewable energy, but you're saving the landfills and the waste of all the different light bulbs that would have been thrown away anyway. So it's a very nice topic to look into, renewable energy, in specifics, the solar energy, to look that up. I did give you some websites on the handout I've provided. If anybody's interested, I would love to hand those out to you. I did actually make everybody a pamphlet today, and I made this board actually a little smaller for everybody, and I included where the locations are where you can get your Energy Star appliances if you're interested. That way I can hand it out to everybody later on when you're interested. So here basically I have all the points of where the heat escapes from the house. Just to summarize what I went through, we have by the windows, in the attic area, by the chimney if you do in fact have a fireplace. Over here is where the air ducts would be. If you have any type of opening, you need to make sure you seal that with duct tape or have a professional come in, because that loses about 10% of energy coming out of your AC unit every month, believe it or not. One last subject I'm going to talk about are space heaters. These water heaters, in fact, you can get small ones, which I just spoke to the FPL company. I have the number here for everybody. They will refund you the money if you get a brand new heater from FPL. It's a government program. How it works is you call them and you tell them you have an old heater that's not working, a water heater. These are really huge. They fit into a whole closet. I mean, it takes up a lot of space, and sometimes they make noise. So you go ahead and tell them that, and they will provide you with a smaller, more efficient, and cost-effective heater that is not only safe for your house, but it's going to save you hundreds of dollars throughout the year. And the best thing is, FPL provides you with it, and it's a great program. You may have to pay a few dollars monthly, but it's a wonderful way to save money. I just want to go ahead and sum up all the reasons why I wanted to tell you about this informative speech. I want everybody to save energy. It's great for our environment, not only for our pockets, but just for the lives of our children and everybody else. We're going to make the environment beautiful, healthier, less batteries wasted in the landfills, less light bulbs in the landfills. If we just try to take our time, and maybe we may have to put out a little more extra money to buy these new CFL bulbs in particular maybe, but in the long run it's going to save you a lot of money. So I just want to thank everybody for coming to my speech today, and if anybody has any questions about anything, I would be happy to answer any questions about anything.